Hello friends, I am Shushant Raghavan. Welcome to Technical and Quality Session. For understanding the technical requirements and quality standards in clothing industry, making a sustainable garment, I have good practical experience in the apparel manufacturing sector. My skills are CAD pattern making, sample development, technical requirements, and measuring quality performance. Today's session is about Kanban system in lean manufacturing. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Now let's begin the presentation. What is a Kanban system in lean manufacturing? What is a Kanban system? A Kanban system originated as a scheduling system for lean manufacturing and just-in-time manufacturing. It was an inventory control system used for the supply chain by Toyota's engineer Taiichi Uno. Initially, it arose as a scheduling system for lean manufacturing, originating from the Toyota production system. In the late 1940s, Toyota introduced just-in-time manufacturing to its production. The approach represents a pull system. This means that production is based on customer demand rather than the standard push practice to produce goods and push them to the market. Its core purpose is minimizing waste activities without sacrificing productivity. The main aim is to create more value for the customer without generating more costs. Kanban board. A Kanban board is one of the tools to implement the Kanban method. The board is divided into a minimum of 3 columns: requested, work in progress, and completed or done, representing a process stages. Kanban cards can be physical or electronic. The main idea is to visualize the path of task from request to completion and see where the bottlenecks are. A Kanban board is an easy to read visual representation of a team's workflow and processes. It's an excellent way to keep tabs on the quantity of tasks in progress and limit how many are being worked on at once. Kanban works through 2 main elements: cards which represent tasks and columns which illustrate tasks at various stages of a project. However, depending on the team size, structure and objectives, the workflow can be customized to meet the unique processes of any specific team. While many teams use physical boards, software development teams primarily use virtual whiteboards for easier collaboration, accessibility from multiple locations, and higher traceability. Basic Kanban board. Kanban card. In Kanban, tasks are visually represented by cards. Each Kanban card is a work item moving through the columns on the Kanban board. Cards contain information about the work item such as description, deadline, size, assignees, etc. Swim lane. Swim lanes are the horizontal divisions of a Kanban board, helping to optimize the workflow. The columns represent stages and swim lanes categorize work. Swim lanes can be used to represent teams, classes of service, priority, etc. WIP or work in progress is the amount of work you are currently working on and it is not finished yet. WIP limits. Setting limits on the work in progress is a strategy to avoid overworking and context switching while focusing on the important things. Kanban Principles. Start with what you do now. Kanban offers the flexibility to use the method on top of existing workflow systems and processes without disrupting what is already in place. The method recognizes that existing process roles, responsibilities, and titles have value and are generally worth preserving. Naturally, it will highlight issues that need to be addressed and help assess and plan changes so their implementation is as non-disruptive as possible. Kanban Principles. Agree to pursue incremental evolutionary change. The Kanban method is designed to meet minimal resistance. It encourages continuous small, incremental and evolutionary changes to the current process by implementing collaboration and feedback forms. In general, sweeping changes are discouraged because they usually encounter resistance due to fear or uncertainty. Kanban Principles. Respect current roles, responsibilities and job titles. This principle helps the organization overcome the typical emotional resistance and the fear of change. Encourage acts of leadership at all levels. Kanban encourages continuous improvement at all levels of the organization, and new ideas may come from any member of the team regardless of the position or status. Kanban Practices. Visualize the workflow. To visualize your process with a Kanban system, you will need a board with cards and columns. Each column on the board represents a step in your workflow. Each Kanban card represents a work item. The Kanban board itself represents the actual state of your workflow with all its risks and specifications. The first and most important thing for you is understanding what it takes to get an item from a request to a deliverable product. Recognizing how work flows through your system will set you on the path to continuous improvement by making well observed and necessary changes. Kanban Practices. Limit work in progress. One of Kanban's primary functions is to ensure a manageable number of active items are in progress at any one time. If there are no work in progress limits, you are not doing Kanban. Switching a team's focus halfway through will generally harm the process, and multitasking is a sure route to generating waste and inefficiency. Limiting WIP means implementing a pull system on parts of the complete workflow. Setting maximum items per stage ensures that a card is only pulled into the next step when there is available capacity. Such constraints will quickly eliminate problem areas in your flow so you can identify and resolve them. Kanban Practices. Manage flow. Managing the flow is about managing the work but not the people. By flow we mean the movement of work items through the production process at a predictable and sustainable pace. One of the main goals when implementing a Kanban system is to create a smooth, healthy flow. Instead of micromanaging people and trying to keep them busy all the time, you should focus on managing the work process and understanding how to get that work faster through the system. This would mean that your Kanban system is creating value more quickly. Kanban Practices. Make process policies explicit. The team would not take part in something they do not believe is useful. By formulating explicit process guidelines, you create a common basis for all team members to understand how to do any type of work. The policies can be at the board level, at a swim lane, or for each column. The policies must be defined explicitly and visualized, usually on the top of the board and on each lane and column. Kanban Practices. Feedback loops. For teams and companies that want to be more agile, implementing feedback loops is a mandatory step. They ensure that organizations are adequately responding to potential changes and enable knowledge transfer between stakeholders. Improve collaboratively. Continuous improvement and sustainable change within an organization can be achieved through a shared image of possible improvements and a collective understanding of the problems that need to be dealt with. Benefits of using Kanban system. A Kanban method is an evolutionary improvement process. It helps you adopt small changes and improve gradually at a pace and size that your team can handle easily. Simplification of the communication process. Process flexibility. No restraints on how things get done. There is always room for improvement. Focus on continuous delivery. Teams are focused on flowing work through the system to completion and not starting new work until work in progress is completed. Reduction of waste. Transparency makes waste visible and easy to remove. Collaboration. Kanban improves the way people work together. Rapid feedback loops. Improve the chances of more motivated and better performing team members. Thank you for watching. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Please comment your valuable thoughts and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when I post a new presentation. Bye, have a good day.